firstly, yeah, when I first heard of Zain Azrai, yeah, I saw you on Don't Flop, yeah, and
Mm.
I heard this guy. He was some famous movie guy. He was rich, all this, that, and the other. Like, break down like how you even got into Don't Flop and this whole story that came with you, bro.
Okay, I'll try to collect my thoughts on that because it's a complicated thing. The I was I've been rewind back. I started a rap battle league in Malaysia called Evil Poet Society, and Flex Digits happened to be in Thailand at the time. And I stalked battle rappers to make sure that I know when I can find them and get them to my league back then. So I asked Flex to come down to Malaysia and battle a guy called Tagmatic, our freestyle rap battle champion. And that's when I connected with Rowan and Kruger to ask them for a track or logo, whatever, to put on my video because it makes sense that a Don't Flop rapper is battling Malaysia, so we have their shit on the video. And Flex won. To cut a long story short, um, okay, here's some good drama here. At the time, Flex misunderstood when I said that it's 3 minute rounds, so he wrote 1 minute rounds. I think he's so Tech Matic wrote 3 minute rounds and Flex shows up in 1 minute rounds.
Because Don't
And
Flop
at the
back then, it
time, I
was mostly 1 minute rounds in Don't Flop back then, innit? But I suppose American
yeah, but I
3 minute rounds, so it depends what culture you was looking at the time, innit?
yes, but the thing is, I wanted a smack quality ballot, and I knew Flex could deliver.
Mm.
And because of this misunderstanding, Flex came with 1 minute rounds, and Tech came with 3 minute rounds. And at the time, I didn't blame anyone, but my mind was I didn't want to piss off Don't Flop for the future of Malaysian battle rap. So I let Flex go. I cut Tagmatic's rounds to 1 minute. So I cut him off at 1 minute. Tag wasn't happy with that at the time, rightfully so. But in the long run, I wanted to preserve. This is before me and Flex became friends, by the way. You have to understand. Uh, we this
So
was
a man came to
before
battle for you, yeah. A man
I
came to
had
battle
been.
for you. He had 3 minute rounds, and you uploaded the video. But every round in the video that he rapped, you cut it off at 1 minute. Is that
No,
what?
at the event, I cut
Oh,
off
at the
Tagmatic
event,
at
you
one
cut him
minute.
off at the event.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, because the reason being is my main motivation was I did I had never met Kruger or Rowan at the time, so I didn't know what type of people they were, and I didn't want Flex, and I didn't know Flex either. It's only now that we've become good friends over the years, but at the time I didn't want to risk Flex going back to England and telling them, oh, these Malaysian guys, let the guy rap for 3 minutes, blah blah blah, regardless of who's right or wrong. I didn't want that to happen because I was thinking about the future of Malaysian battle rap at the time. So I cut off Tagmatic's rounds at 1 minute at the event. And in my personal opinion at the time, looking at Tagmatic's rounds, I think that the punchline count for Flex and Tag, even if they spat all their shit, would have Flex would have been stronger anyway.
mm.
But of course, as a battle rapper, from Tagmatic's point of view, when someone cuts your rounds like that at the last minute, even though everyone's agreed it's fucked up. But I was thinking about the long term for the future of Malaysian battle rap in connection with UK battle rap. So fast forward again, my dad had been bankrupt for some years, and then suddenly he got his money back.
So what? Wait,
And
wait,
so
wait,
we
wait, wait,
were
wait.
going.
You're skipping some of the story here, bro. You're skipping some of the
Okay,
story.
sorry about that.
So your dad got bankrupt, but what happened before that? Like, how did he get bankrupt? What was the bankruptcy about? How much money did he lose? Like, what's going on?
Okay, I'm not gonna get into much detail about that firstly, but all you guys need to know was he was bankrupt for some period of time,
So
and
before that,
then
he was quite wealthy before that.
yeah, he goes from being rich to being poor, the rich being poor, and what people don't understand is that when you don't take care of your shit, right? Even if you have connections and you're born wealthy and all that, that will go through your life, and at the end of the day, the cycle will stop. And so he was wealthy before, but when I started battle rap, he wasn't wealthy. And then when it was time when right after the Flex Val, he got wealthy again. And so we were going to go to the UK for a family holiday. And so when I went to the UK, when I was about to go to the UK, I hit up Rowan and said, "Yo, this is the guy who organized the Flex Digits Val in Malaysia." And I didn't get, you know, Rowan. So Rowan didn't get back to me for some time, and then he's like, "Okay, I may try to get a val for you, but if not, just come to and chill." And so eventually he sets me up with this guy called Moose Prop. And so when I go to the UK for on holiday, I bailed Moose Prop on holiday. It was because I happened to be there. And so they when I bailed Most Prop, for some reason or another, I couldn't go through my bars the day before because I had recorded all my bars on a CD and I want to listen to it and all that. Uh,
You
and go
recorded your
and
bars on
practice.
a CD. What year was
Yeah, it
this?
was like 2011.
2011. And you recorded your
Yeah,
bars on a
and
CD. Like
I want
obviously
to
some battle
yeah, I want
rappers
to
now they record it on their phone or whatever and then listen back to it. But like you was doing that in 2011 before you could even really do that on your phones properly. That's big.
yeah, I didn't have, it wasn't on a phone, it was on an actual CD from the
That's what I'm
laptop.
saying. That's what I'm
And
saying.
for some reason my brother wanted to use the sound system and all this other family drama bullshit, so I couldn't. And so I had to think back what I wrote before
You
the
needed a
bell.
Discman,
And so
bruv.
on
Do
the
you know what a Discman is? A
yeah, I
Discman.
know, sort of that Walkman, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
didn't have it. I didn't have that. It was broken. So basically, I tried to go through my bars as much as I could. And you have to understand, this was before. This was in the relative infancy of my Don't Flop career. I thought I was coming with them loaded Lux bars. I was very deluded. So I was thinking to myself, ain't no way most prop can get through these hard bars. So this is from the perspective of a guy who had never been to England before, who just watches Don't Flop Bells. And then when I bowed most prop, a few punches didn't land as well because people at the time they weren't as familiar with the fact that his name was Most Prop. So I had a lot of Most Prop wordplays, and people were like, "Who's this guy?" You know, when you bow someone like Shawty in his prime, you can do Shawty bars all the time because everyone knows he's Shawty. But at the time, Don't Flop, it appeared to me had a lot of casual fans,
Hmm.
so they don't always know who exactly is battling. Even though Rowan announces the guy's name, you have to
Not
understand
everyone's
in the
paying
minds
attention.
of yeah, in the minds of those casual viewers, it's just two guys.
Hmm.
That's, and so I won that battle, but I was telling most prop, you got lots of talent. Stop the self-deprecating shit because you got a lot of talent. Once you believe in yourself, you'll be amazing. And I said that on camera. And years later, he did become amazing. Most prop is incredible now. And I was
I wouldn't
it
go
was
that far,
judged
but
by
yeah, to be
Possessed
fair.
from Rhyme Asylum. I jizzed
Mm.
in my pants, bro. Metaphorically, I feel the action. So I was because, and for a Malaysian guy to hear Possessed say he's feeling the accent, that was a big thing to me. So that's how I got into Don't Flop. And okay, I'm going to tell you the legend of why Rowan. I asked Rowan later on of why he let me go on Don't Flop and all that, because I had this impression that Don't Flop is this elite league and not anyone can go in. And Rowan admitted he forgot about a Flex Digits bell and thought I was joking when I said I was from Malaysia. And then he looked me up, and the legend is, which Rowan denies, to be fair, but the legend is what I heard was I had battled a guy called Fluence in Australia, the longest rap battle in Australia at the time. And one chick who saw that rap battle was this chick called H Bomb. Okay, allegedly, okay, I'm not gonna say it's true, but allegedly, from what I heard, H Bomb was banging Rowan, and allegedly,
Bro.
H Bomb said, "You're not gonna get this pussy until you watch this battle." So allegedly, Rowan was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get this pussy. I'm gonna watch Zane's battle." And this is just the alleged story, which Rowan denies, but it's a great story.
So
And what
so I got
impressed
coerced into
Rowan,
watching your battle and you got bribed to pum pum.
yeah,
That's fuckery.
So
Yeah.
that's the legend, which may or may not be true, but it's a great story.
Mm.
And the reason why I personally believe this legend is because Rowan admitted he saw the bell, and let's be honest. Do you honestly think Rowan would watch the longest rap bell in Australia for absolutely no reason? Like he'd click it? Nah, he won't.
Maybe at the time he might have
I
been
don't think so.
enthusiastic, about battle rap.
Yeah. So he
I don't
quoted the
know.
line from the bell where I said to my opponent, uh, you get covered in balls of every color pool table. And Rowan loved that. And so he said yes to me battling on Don't Flop, even though prior to that we had made contact for the Flex Digits bell. And the rest was history. Um, at the time, I remember you were putting up a video saying the prediction for the Think Twice tournament, and you were saying that Zain is aware that people laugh at him sometimes, and that's true. But now, to be perfectly fair and honest with you, at the time, I thought I was the Asian loaded Lux. I
But
was
now you know
coming
the
with
difference. You see now, yeah, when you like even when you battled in Bristol and shit, yeah, when you get reactions from actual good punchlines, yeah, now you know the difference. Now you yourself as an
yeah,
MC, you know the difference from when you get a reaction from a good punchline and when you get a reaction because people are giggling because they think it's kind of shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
once you
yeah,
actually get that
yeah.
realization in your head and you know how to separate, and you go, okay, cool, this is the formula now this is what's gonna make them respect me as an MC. That's all you need sometimes. But
Mm,
some people are so stubborn and so stuck in their way, they think, I know what I'm doing, I'm
mm.
perfect, I'm perfect, I'm perfect. Then they just end up trapped in a small space. Do you know what I'm saying?
And that and you're 100% right. And it was a long process. You have to understand, regardless of whether you're good, bad, or whatever, when you're writing, and I'm all the way out in Malaysia, right? I don't have like 50 don't flop rappers to go through my bars with.
Mm,
So when you're writing something, you always know you always believe it's good, whether it is or not. And so it took me some time to understand truly the big the what would work and what wasn't. It was a process, and I believe I got better over time as I reviewed my footage and compared to my other battles and all this other battles and all this other stuff. So that is the story of how I got into Don't Flop, including the alleged legend. Okay, I don't want to say the legend is true about the H Bob allegedly banging her and her wanting to. That's what I heard, and Rowan denies it, but it's a great legend.
mm. That might have to be the title of this video still. But yeah, so what like you obviously you smashed it against O'Shea as well in Liverpool for King of the Ronalds. That was a
Yes.
that was an epic battle. You both took your tops off and shit. Like that was a joke shit. Like for me, honestly, like that there was when I said, okay, Zayn's got bars. Like Zayn actually's got bars. Before that, I never used to think you had bars, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm.
That battle there is when I said, okay, yeah, Zayn's got bars. I was genuinely surprised and happy in the crowd until you guys took your tops off. I wasn't too excited about that, but you get me.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I get you 100%. Mickey came out with that idea, and I understood
It
why.
would be Mickey, man. He's such a
Because
grafter.
O'Shea had fucked.
Mm.
He's a great friend and entertaining,
Yeah.
and so I understand his logic at the time because this O'Shea dude comes and forgets all 3 rounds, and you have to understand from my perspective, bro. I'm all the way there from Malaysia and all that, and then and then this guy does this, and this is like my belt that my I saw it as the loaded Lux versus Murder Mook of KOTR. I thought, you know how KOTR is known for trolling and jokes, right? I thought it would be the loaded Lux versus Murder Mook equivalent of KOTR. They think about Zain Azrai versus O'Shea, And what happened was very different from what I expected. And to address what you said, you thought you only realized I had bars when I battled O'Shea. I noticed that's a very common thing. The thing is, I've always had bars even before that, but a lot of people in England don't watch my battles overseas, like the one I did in Canada, Australia. So over time, I'd have bars here and there, and be steadily improving. But from the perspective of a British guy in the UK, you watch my mark Grace Bell and think none of that other shit happened. And then
Mm.
suddenly I buy O'Shea, and then suddenly boom, this new Zayn pops up. But that's just perception. The reality was I do a lot of battles all over the world, and I steadily improve in all these other battles. And in the case of O'Shea, I tried to make sure that every punchline or joke was a big haymaker. None of this jab punch. I wanted every single one to just demolish him as much as I could. And if O'Shea were to get ahead of me, it's only because he's that amazing
Mm.
and I can sleep at night. But that's not what happened, and O'Shea forgets all 3 rounds. And to this day, O'Shea
He
keeps
said
on
he
saying,
got
"Oh
spiked,
yeah,
didn't
I won." Yeah, he's okay. He claims he got spiked, and I've seen evidence that that may be true. But at the time,
What evidence have you seen that
well,
that may be true?
okay. Now the thing is that if you look at him physically, right, it's clear that he got spiked
Nah,
after you watch it over and
bruv, the
over.
thing, the thing that you have to realize with O'Shea, yeah, is that he doesn't need to get spiked, bro. He gets voluntarily high in it. Like
Mm-hmm.
O'Shea, people like O'Shea, even if you look at the Yunnan title match versus Crafty, yeah, you can see Yunnan every
Mm-hmm.
time he's rapping, he's going like this
Mm-hmm.
between every word, yeah. It's because he got high before the battle, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, certain men don't have
Oh, I
raw
see.
power. Certain men are supposed to get high after the battle if they want to celebrate. Certain men can get high
Mm-hmm.
before the battle and still function, but certain men need to obviously know their levels and know, bro, I shouldn't have got high. You get me? I've been up and down the country with a lot of these guys in it. I've seen them when they're high. I've seen them when they're not high. I've seen them get high before events, whatever. Like most of these guys, they know. Like even if he did get handed a drink that had something in it, he's most likely gonna know that the person who handed him that drink had something in it, and they're already high, and he's gonna know he's not the child. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it just depends, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like me personally, I think people get high, they have excuses, whatever, excuses. He might have had to have an excuse for misses as well, innit? Because Flossie was there, she wasn't too
Mm-hmm.
impressed either. So do you get what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I don't think he actually got spiked, bro. I don't think no one spiked him at that event. I just can't see it. Like, why would someone spike him? What was they planning to do? Was they gonna rape him? Was they gonna rob him? Do you know what I mean? Why would they spike him? I don't get it. It's a waste of drugs.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. Number, I agree. I'll be honest with you. At the time, at the event, something in the back of my mind suspected that he purposely flopped the barrel just so that was at the back of my mind. But the thing is that when I saw him spit his rounds during the battle, I've never seen him like that before. When he's like all woozy and all that, I've never seen him like that specific state of
Yeah,
mind
same.
before. We've seen O'Shea drunk, we've seen O'Shea high, but
But
that's
I
the
just
first
think,
time.
do you know what it is? I
Like his.
think maybe the definition of spiked, I think maybe he got given drugs that didn't think, he didn't understand what the drugs were. Because I see people complaining online before as well. I see Bobby Rex posting about it, saying that people was at events giving people ketamine and people thought it was cocaine, and people who take cocaine regularly was taking the ketamine thinking it was cocaine and then ending up having different effects because it's a different drug with different effects. So things like that can happen. Do you know what I mean? You might accept something thinking it's one thing and not the other. O'Shea was definitely
Yeah.
acting weird that event. I've never really seen him that high before. I do get it in it. Like he did take something that he's probably not used to, but I just don't think he got spiked in the way that we traditionally see it as being spiked in
I
it.
get what you mean, but the bottom line was we both agree that he most probably
Your connection's bad, bro. You're breaking up.
not intend to get that fucked up. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I don't. I think we both agree that he did not intend to get that fucked up. I
yeah.
think that's it. Uh, because because after I cooled down, I realized, I doubt he would have done that. It's not in his character to do that. To
No.
just flop a barrel on purpose.
So
I
once
I
all
know
of
I've
this,
seen I battle all over the world, bro. I know.
go on.
Sorry.
No, go on.
I battle all over the world. I battle all over the world, and I can. it's not uncommon for a battle rapper to just flop a battle on purpose, just so that no one will watch it and no one would see the body bag. It's not uncommon.
Is
But
that
watching the battle again, later on, I formed the conclusion that O'Shea did not do that because his lips had involuntary movement. I I I was once an actor. I was involved in acting for the camera training courses, and to replicate involuntary movement on your lips as if you're in a certain state, right? It takes a lot of training,
mm.
and
So you're
to
saying either O'Shea
convincingly
was
look like
fucked up or
that.
he's a trained actor?
And let's be honest, O'Shea is not going to. I think he was fucked up because there's no way O'Shea can be. I highly doubt that O'Shea went to acting class just to fuck up a battle. You know,
Bro,
that's
you
right.
don't know. O'Shea's an MI5 spy, you know. You don't know about O'Shea, bro. He's a secret actor. He's undercover the whole time. But bro, so what's next?
Well,
What like obviously when all this lockdown shit's done, are you trying to come back to the UK? Who are you trying to battle? Are you trying to battle in Malaysia? Have you got any plans to do a league in Malaysia? What's going on with Zain Azrai next?
wait a second. Let me go to a place with a better connection. I'll answer your question.
Cool.
Okay, can you see and hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. After lockdown is sorted, is done, or to bet the better question is when borders are reopened.
Hmm.
I would like to come back to Europe and the Europe and
Let
North
me teach you
America.
a little gem, Zain, yeah? You see all these bitches on Instagram, yeah? The reason why they take
Mhm.
selfies like that, yeah, is because when you hold the camera a little bit up, yeah, it's a little bit more flattering. See, especially for bigger niggas like us, yeah, when we got a little couple chins and that, yeah. When you hold the camera from downwards, when you hold the camera from downwards, yeah,
Yeah, I
we
know.
we look like that, yeah. When you get it up to a
Yeah,
good
I know.
decent level, then we look better, yeah.
I'm not. I know. I'm not. But the thing,
Try not
I'm
to
not
look
like.
down too much on the camera. Get me?
Uh, I know. But
But
I sold off my old
you're
tripod a long time ago.
you're one of Malaysia's biggest sex icons, bro. You get me. You got to put in that work. Got to show them what it's really
Well,
about. You get me?
yeah. Here's the thing. When you the reason why women do this is because it makes them look submissive subconsciously to men. And
Nah, it's not
even though
even that, bro.
visually,
It's the image of the camera. Like, yeah, you see your chins and that. It
I
all
know,
gets all
but
come
like,
from the bottom. Like you can see all the lumps and bumps and that. You see when you coming from up, yeah, you look
yeah, I
slimmer.
know.
You get me?
Yeah, I
That's all
know.
it is. It's
But
angling, bro.
but
These
I
bitches
know,
have
but
got
I'm
good
not gonna
tricks,
hold.
bro. These bitches are smart, you know. They know how to look better. They catfishing niggas every day, bro. They know how to look better on the gram than they do in real life.
I know, but I'm not like gonna hold this for the whole interview. Yeah. So
Nah, cool. I was
I
only
you're
joking
right.
anyway.
uh,
So
I
what's
used
next?
to be a
What's next
camera
for Zayn
operator.
then? What's next for Zayn, bro?
Okay, wait. Let me put this. Let me put my phone somewhere. I don't have a tripod, so this will have to do, unfortunately. Oh fuck. Sorry about that, guys. Shit. Oh fuck. Uh, okay, there you go. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, that's the best I can do. Wait, let me sit down. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yes. Oh fuck. There you are. Uh, Jesus Christ. I regret not selling off my tripod. Okay, so answer your question. Sorry about this. Fuck. Sorry. Uh, okay. So I'm going to totally ignore Hulk's sex camera advice for the simple reason that I don't have the gear to hold the camera up at an elevated position. So okay, once borders reopen, not lockdown lifted, okay, borders may reopen, but lockdown may still be in effect. We have to remember that. I would like to come back to Europe and North America. especially North America, because I'm also a working screenwriter, and I want to enter American screenwriting contests and go to film festivals and the like. And to be honest with you, these days when I go to overseas to BAL, it's just something that I happen to be doing there, or in the case of certain leagues, they pay for half my flight or something like that. So it helps fund my travels for other purposes. Uh, I would want to BAL in the UK, of course. Briggsy has reached out to me after I said some nice things to him, and being supportive and all that. And
You've been flirting with
he
Briggsy.
suggests,
He's a cheeky little guy, isn't he?
now I don't flirt with Briggsy because
Lie, bro. You like the little ginger ones, didn't you, Zain?
nah, it's not because of that. It's not so much. Or to be fair, I like red hair and blonde hair
See?
because in
I
Malaysia
knew it.
everyone's got black
I
hair.
knew it.
But the thing
Zain
is,
fancies Briggsy breaking this.
Briggsy is a dude, and his boobs are not the ones that I like. Big boobs, they're not on guys. You know what I'm saying? So, so I hope I can. Okay, it's hard to predict the future, but I'm okay. I'm always going to be battling on Don't Flop because, in spite of whatever happened, the things that we all know happened, I'm friends with the whole Don't Flop staff before anything happened, and they all felt like family. And when your family have problems with each other, uh, you don't. For me anyway, you don't turn sides. You don't. It's hard to switch. It's hard to like pick sides because
Yeah.
you sort of like you have to understand that whole team was responsible for some of the best years of my life, which was at Don't Flop. So I emotionally I wouldn't want to pick sides.
Hmm.
So that's why I'll continue to battle for Don't Flop.
It's kind of like your
For,
mum.
for
It's kind of like your mum leaving your dad and saying you're coming to live with your mum now. You can't see your dad anymore. You're always gonna want to still see your dad in you. Do you know what I mean?
unless your dad's an asshole
Yeah.
who
But
fucks you over.
your
But
dad might have been an arsehole to your mum, innit? So that's why she feels that way. But because you've never seen it before, you still feel like your dad isn't an arsehole, innit? But your mum's always gonna think, no, he's an arsehole. Stay away from him. Do you know what I mean?
it's sort of like that. But in the case of Rowan and
In the case of
Kruger
Rowan, he's
and
just an
Liam.
arsehole anyway. To be fair with you, bro.
Okay, I'm not going to use that particular word because I got love for Rowan, but at the same
So right,
time I
that's
gotta
why I
be
use that
real.
word, but that's English people,
I
man.
I I when I with the last one time when I went to England in 2016, I told Rowan, bro, you're like Charles Foster Kane. You want to build this empire, but at the end of the day, you just want a hug. You want your rosebud. That's the story of your life. I said this to his face, and Rowan was like, yeah, Z.
Yeah, he don't never take any of that shit seriously.
Yeah,
But
but the thing is that even though it's funny, uh, he Rowan is the Charles Foster Kane of UK battle rap. If you
yeah,
watch Citizen Kane, the guy's brilliant. He's charismatic. He's built this amazing empire. However, at the end of the day, he wants to be loved and appreciated, and that's why whenever I deal with Rowan, I simply remain patient and just okay. I appreciate and love you. See, it's very simple. It's sometimes it's just that simple. Uh, and I met a lot of assholes in my lifetime. Okay, trust me, Rowan. Compared to other people I met, he's super duper cool.
mm.
Okay, Rowan isn't a pedo. Rowan isn't a pedo. Uh, Rowan Rowan doesn't steal from the poor. He doesn't steal from orphans. Okay, and he
Depends,
doesn't.
innit? It depends if you class Bagnall and Kruger as poor orphans. Not you. No, I'm
But
joking.
I
I don't
told
know.
Rowan, this is being unbiased. I told Rowan, yo, Rowan, I appreciate everything you've done. And then when this thing got brought up, I said to him, the best thing you guys could have done was to go to court, because until you go to court, everything else is just an opinion. Because I used to be a company director, bro, of a production company. And when you're running a company, right? for anything to go, when everything goes wrong, or this guy says that guy took this amount of money from that, fine. To really settle everything, you gotta have it in court, and then the judge decides, okay, you fuck this guy over, or that guy fucks this over, and this is you owe this amount of money.
Mm,
Until that happens, everything that we've seen online from all sides is an opinion.
mm.
It may be true or false or whatever, but I'm not saying this to fuck over everyone, bro. I'm just saying this is real business shit.
Well, we
Unless
just
you go
seen
to court.
Norbs is sued Smack URL. He's suing Smack URL for $4 million, I believe. So
Yes, and
um
we have to look at what the court we have to look at the court's decision, bro. And the same thing with Howard Dawn and loyalty over money. This
mm,
is why. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's okay to take money from this and that or that reason. But the thing is, the reality of it is that I wasn't there when all this shit went down. So I can have my opinions, but they remain opinions. And when it comes
that's
to
it.
money and business, you have to settle it in court, bro. Because if you don't settle it in court, it becomes in my opinion, this team is right and the other team is wrong. I
Mm.
have my opinions, but I keep them to myself because at the end of the day, bro, when it comes to money and business, it's court or nothing at all. With anyone. With anyone. So you get what I'm saying, bro. I got love for everyone, but unless it's settled in court, it's all up in the air. Whether it's true, not or not, whatever. You get what I'm saying, bro?
I hear you, man. So who's on your hit list? Who do you want to battle in the UK and who you want to battle in America?
Okay. I have a realistic. I always have a realistic wish list and a dream wish list. Realistic wish list is. I'll be honest with you. All the guys. A lot of the new guys battling in the UK right now. Okay, I've earned the right to say this. A lot of them are trash or mediocre.
Fair enough,
And the
bro.
guys who and the guys who are really good, I'm cool with them. And I don't like to battle guys I'm friends with because I know you once said that if you're friends with them, you won't mind battling them because then you'd say it to their face, etc., etc., etc. But yeah,
I
from
just
my
think it's more
perspective,
fun, isn't it? I think it's more fun. Like I usually like me and my friends kind of diss each other anyway, so I see it as fun. Yeah.
yeah. But the thing is, you have to understand. I came from a different background where when since I was a child, I've seen serious betrayal. When rappers talk about so-called beef, right, and sending each other and all this other stuff, to me, there's nothing. Beef is when he, your dad fucks over my dad to the point where it's a life or death thing, and then your dad's kids, and me, my dad's kids, and our kids are gonna be beefing for generations. That's beef to me. I've gone through that. So and it takes and I try to avoid real beef whenever possible. Not because I'm scared or whatever, but I've come from an experience and a background where if it's for real, it goes on for generations. And it's hello?
What are you saying? You got ops, yeah?
Right? What?
You got ops.
What?
Ops. In
Ops
the UK, we
opposition.
call it
Yeah,
ops.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ops opposition. Yeah, in the US as well. Ops.
Man, looking
Yeah.
to dip you
So
down.
I try. Right?
They say, man, looking to dip you down. Man's gonna run you down
Dip it
10
down. I
toes.
don't.
10
I'm
toes.
gonna
Ching
look
ching.
up that. I'm gonna
Man,
let.
looking to chef you
I'm
up.
gonna look. What? Chef me up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what was I gonna say? I would love. Okay. Uh, I I already told the guys in the Think Twice tournament. If you still want to battle me, just holler at Rowan, and we can get it popping the next time I'm going there. So that includes Chris B, maybe Menace, yeah, real
Bro, why are you
Menace,
calling out these
and I
shit bros, bro?
wait, I didn't say call out. I said to them,
I'm saying, who do you
okay,
want to
because they
battle,
wanted to
bro? Why do
battle.
you want to battle these shit guys?
Okay, you have to
You're
understand
a
my logic
legend, bro. You
here.
need to understand who you are, bro.
I
Come
get
on,
you,
man.
but the thing is, even if I'm a legend, at the end of the day, this is called my realistic list, bro. Realistic list. We'll get to my fantasy list later.
Bro, this ain't
In my
realistic,
realistic
bro.
list,
This is
yeah,
too
because
easy for
all the
you.
guys, Yeah, but all the guys I really want to battle are retired. You have to understand that. Okay, let's skip the realistic list since it's boring and go to the fantasy list, and then you'll get where I'm coming from. I love to battle Enigma, who is not battling anymore. I love to battle Pamphlet, who is not battling anymore. I love to battle O'Shea as a rematch, but he keeps ducking the rematch as much as I love him as a friend. Yeah. That's who else?
All right, but look,
Um,
even the unrealistic one, yeah, the newcomers or whatever, yeah. You said who did you say? You said Real Menace and you said Chris B. Realistically, wouldn't you
yeah,
rather battle as a newcomer? Wouldn't you rather battle Tech? Wouldn't you rather battle Georgie Roots? Wouldn't you rather battle one of the actual respected newcomers who are actually doing good and have got a bit of a
the
name?
reason, okay, you have to understand the bigger picture here, bro. I'm cool with Tech and Georgie Roots. I keep giving Georgie Roots messages, encouraging messages because I want him to grow. And you have to understand in the bigger picture, the reality is, even if I battle Georgie Roots and Tech and all these other guys, the view count is gonna be more or less the same. That's the reality of it. Even though Tech and Georgie Roots are much better than these other guys, it's true. But the view count is more or less gonna be the same. That's the reality of it. Unless how
So
another
you want to
guy who
battle
I
a guy
okay
you want to battle a guy with a cowboy hat because you want it to go viral and obviously look weird and different.
exactly.
Fair enough.
So yeah, and also Chris, you have to understand sometimes these guys who everyone doesn't rate for whatever reason. Sometimes they're like that until they face a guy like me and they give 100% and they come. You never know.
You're saying you're
But
bringing out the best in
there's
them, yeah?
yeah. But one guy who I would definitely want to bow in that whole young generation, who I would say yes to in a second, who's kind of balanced is what's that bisexual guy's name again? Dean LS Dean, yeah, LS Dean,
I said, what's that
bro.
bisexual guy's name again? You know,
I'm
that's
not
it.
no, I'm not being homophobic. He is bisexual.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like I was just
It's
and
just the way you
LS
said it.
Dean, LS Dean, yeah, I
LSD.
loved about LS Dean because I got the perfect angle for LS Dean of all the new guys.
I think 80% of the UK battle rap roster's got the perfect angle for LSD. And I'm sure he, in his mind, he's got the perfect angle for them as well. Wait, not joking. But yeah,
but
um,
not but not the same angle as mine.
hmm,
You see, LS, I'm not gonna say much about my strategy, but all I'm gonna say is a life truth. We often believe that those we are battling will persecute us for what we are.
hmm.
So if I'm gay, you're gonna come with gay jokes. If I'm Muslim, you're gonna come with Muslim jokes. That's the mentality of most battle rappers. Yeah. But when you're battling someone who has no problem with what you are, that's very rare. You get what I'm saying, bro? When because then it becomes
But
unpredictable.
the whole point of battle rap is to find a problem with everything, like, bro. Like, no one's really got a
I,
problem
I
with bald people or fat people or people with glasses. But if you battle someone, you're gonna say you're glasses, you're bald, you're fat. Like, you just say it because you're meant to be degrading them at the time, innit?
I know, I get what you mean, bro. But let's put it this way, in a funny way that you can understand. So you're battling a guy with small dicks. Everyone knows he's got a small dick. All the girls see
How,
he's got a small dick.
bro? How are
Wait,
you
wait,
gonna know
wait,
that
wait,
the
bro,
guy
me,
you're battling's got a small dick, bro? Why are we gotta bring
when
up
the
the
girl
dick?
says so, when the girl says so,
This
wait,
ain't
wait,
that
wait,
kind of
wait,
show,
wait.
man.
Let me,
We don't need
wait,
the
wait, wait,
dicks.
wait,
Use another
but okay,
comparison,
okay.
man.
Let me. You're battling a guy who apparently has a tumor growing out of his neck. Okay, that shit exists. So everyone will expect you to diss the tumor on his neck because it's the most obvious thing. When you diss the most obvious thing about a guy, it's easy to rebuttal.
Bro,
That's the
I'm not
truth.
gonna lie to you. Yeah, if you stood there and battled a guy with a big tumor on his neck and you didn't mention the tumor, I would be very disappointed, man. I feel like the guy
No, no,
pranked
no.
you.
I would mention the tumor, but I wouldn't mention it in a way that other people would. You get what I'm saying?
Of course, everyone.
Other
I think
people would
everyone
say that
feels
he's
that. I think everyone feels like that.
yeah. That's the thing. When people mention LSD in sexuality, it's always a homophobic manner. almost always. I've noticed. Uh,
Bro, he only
Now, and
came
that's
out
very
like
predictable.
he came out like a few months ago, and I think the only battle he's done since he came out was against Canelo. So it's only been one battle.
Yeah, I saw the canal. Yeah, I get you, but battle rappers talk about what they're gonna say to each other, right? And
Mm.
Canal, I was watching the Canal battle, and he had great angles. But Canal's angle was basically you're furthering the LGBT agenda, which I'm not gonna take. Um, I'm going to take something. I would take something totally surprising, because to me the big achievement is when your opponent goes, "Fuck, I did not see that coming." You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what makes a battle amazing. And for me personally, coming people say that I'm the wild card. I would say something that other people usually would say.
So you want to battle
So
other
that's in
wild cards
according.
and make obscure matchups, basically.
Sorry,
I said you want to battle other wild cards and make obscure matchups.
the I would want to battle. Idealistically, I would want to battle the names you mentioned,
Mm.
because they're great, and because it would be a great battle, including LS Dean, Pamphlet, Enigma, Eek. But that's why I said that's the only one that is a dream matchup and realistic is LS Dean. And the and you have to understand from
You just want
here's a
to,
different
bro. If you
perspective.
battle LSD, you're just gonna talk about dicks a lot of the time, man. I know it already.
Not exactly. Not exactly. Not exactly, bro. Not exactly. I'm going
Bro,
to have an angle that you guys do not expect at all.
have you even eaten breakfast yet? I swear it's like what's it like 9 o'clock over there now? 9 a.m.
Yeah, but that's cool. I'll have breakfast after this interview. It's no big deal. I'm not that hungry. I would rather be here talking to you, to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
Also,
bro. Listen, we're 45 minutes in. I don't want to do the videos too long because I'm not gonna upload over too long a limit. I've
I
got work
understand.
in the morning. It's nearly 2 a.m. I gotta get up at about 7 a.m. for work. So
Okay, so
we're gonna
to answer to
get
answer
off.
your question,
Yeah, yeah.
I understand. To answer your question, the only realistic and dream matchup I got is LS Dean. And the dream matchups for me are Eek, Enigma, and Pamphlet, even though they retired. And the only reason why I said I wanted to battle, let's say, Chris B and what do you call it? Menace, right? Was because they wanted to battle me before, but now they couldn't in the tournament because they lost in the tournament. And you have to understand what I wanted to say was you got to understand from the perspective of Zain Azrai fans, they're watching Zain Azrai and it doesn't matter who he's battling. That's the truth for a lot of them. So a lot of my fans are casual fans. They don't know who Lux is. They don't know who Mook is or whatever. They just know that Zain is battling some guy. So as long as basically the guy I'm battling a lot of times is an excuse to have Zain Azrai on camera, more so than anything. And as you said in Chris B's case, I told him the deal is I show up dressed as a monk and you show up dressed as a cowboy and we can get it on.
Fair enough, bro. Monk versus Cowboy. Let's get it in
Yeah,
2021, man. Zane,
yeah.
where can they find you on the social medias and shit, bro? Where can they keep in contact with you?
Okay. You can add me on Zain on my artist page, Zain Azrai. There's only one artist page, Zain Azrai on Facebook. You can add me my personal profile, official Zain Azrai, facebook.com/official Zain Azrai. That's my personal page. My artist page is also called Zain Azrai. There's only one battle rapper named Zain Azrai, so when you look for me on Facebook, it's easy to find. On Twitter, my Twitter is Zain Azrai EPS. E for Evil Poet Society. Zain Azrai EPS on Twitter.
What's the all right, cool, man. Safe, brother. Thank you for coming on. It's been UK Battle
Okay,
Rap
thank
News
you for.
Daily. I got a Zoom so big. We've had Zain Azrai, he's in Malaysia. I'm in London. This is the fucking beauty of Zoom. This is the beauty of the internet. This is the beauty of lockdown. Zain, thank you so much, brother. Um,
And thank
and
you so
we'll
much,
stay
bro.
in contact. Safe, brother, man. Have a good day. I'll
Okay.
have a good night. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night, bro. Peace.
Safe, man.